Hi, everyone. Hi, Christina. Hi, Cynthia. Hi, Christine. All the alphabet C's. How are you guys doing? You having a good time or good day so far? Which part of the world are you from? Tired? How are you feeling? I'm feeling good, Cynthia. Oh, Christina from Ireland. Hey, how are you doing? My favorite country. Good to hear. You're in US, Christine. Yeah, Christine, I was in Ireland for 18 years and moved to Seattle just today, 2 years ago. 2 years ago. Used to live in Greystones. Whereabout are you in Ireland? Georgia. Hi, Jim. Busy day. That's good. Hi, Danielle from California. Lovely. What are you grateful for today? You're in Cork. Oh, cool. That was my first travel to Cork when I moved to Ireland. The best picnic. What are you guys grateful for today? I'm so grateful to be here with you guys right now at this moment of time. And for a warm cup of herbal tea. The air, yes, the earth under our feet. Grateful for our health. Hey, Seb. Yellow brightening up. It's like here in Seattle, I'm feeling a bit coolness coming up. It's like early autumn or something. I changed my dress colors rather than giving out on what the weather is outside. Yeah, I think that's something that I got to learn in Ireland. You can't change the weather. You just need to change the way you dress up. So I bring more colors. Wow, Christina, congratulations. Wow, that's great celebrations. Yes, adding a color in the life. Safe ride home after visiting family 12 hours away. Yes, that's so important. Love the excitement of the celebrations. Lovely, guys. Is anyone a Reiki practitioner, Reiki healer, or anyone got a Reiki treatment done or distance healing? No Reiki healers? Oh, happy birthday, Cynthia. So today's topic is the Reiki Principles to boost well-being. If you have been on my lives before, you know how much I love Reiki. And to an extent that I say it's a sweet addiction. Every single day, do the self-healing and work with the Reiki energy. But also when I was getting trained at level 1, we were taught these Reiki principles that Dr. Mika Usai has left for us to gain into the spiritual sense, not only healing the mind, body, but also spiritually being connected and working in all the dimensions. And that really moved me. To the extent that, like, these are not a new things. These are not the new things that I'm going to tell you guys, but a new perspective could be there, or something, a reminder for us in our lives, and that is what I would like you to observe, listen, and take what resonates with you at this moment of time. Yeah. Again, saying, these are all the common sense things that we already were told, or we heard, we just knew within ourselves, but somewhere we have forgotten, or we got into the habit of taking life from a different things, from what has society defined to us, or what our cultures have defined to us. But beneath all that, it's the same layers we have got. I believe all the religions, all the faiths have the same understanding, same scripts of the words and the love and everything. It's just how we just put in a different categories of it. Yeah. So the Reiki is a universal life force energy. It works through a practitioner's palms into the person's physical body, either in person or distantly as well. And when the person is ready to heal, no matter what we do, they're going to be ready to be healed. But when the person has chosen not to be healed, be in that comfort situation, whatever we do, nothing is going to work, or it's going to delay the process of healing. Now, with these concepts, you can understand, as I would be sharing, there is a relation between our physical health crisis to what's happening in our emotional side as well. How our thought patterns, our limiting beliefs have been. So one of the first things is Reiki Principles, or I'll just give you a snapshot of all the 5 ones. It's all about on the concept of just for today. So it's not about changing the whole lifestyle or changing anything dramatically in a big ways. It's all about in a simple, bite-sized ways, just for today. Do not be angry. So think about just for today, do not be angry. Not for the whole week, not for your whole life, just for today, not to be angry. Just for today, do not be worrying. And again, only for today, show gratitude. Just for today, show gratitude. Just for today, honor your parents, elders, and all the living beings. And just for today, honestly work for your well-being. And again, these are all the basics. But I love the idea of just for that today thing, yeah. And going by just for this hour, I'm not going to be worrying or being angry. How many of you were raised looking around, a lot of anger, a lot of worriness? I was raised with that. I didn't know any other way. Hugs were not a normal thing in my culture, or saying I love you is not a normal thing. So it's I have seen the parents, my society around, always constantly worrying for some future things, or finding themselves all the time. It's like a lost soul trying to refine themselves. And the other thing I have constantly noticed is the anxiety, for that unknown thing, that anxiousness being there. Now, when my clients do come and say hey, I have a worry and I have a chronic worriness, or it runs in my family, not surprised to hear, because we all are raised on that. I guess it's only now with the new age metaphysical thoughts and the way we are changing the rising our children now, right? It's only the movement has come in right now. Even when I was getting these trained in 2009, I didn't hear much about gratitude. It wasn't a popular thing to talk about it or to emphasize about what gratitude is. But now it's gratitude is a new attitude. It's you open up any social media platform, you will see gratitude message every other one, right? So that is how big of an impact over the years it has been. Yeah, I'm glad we are doing this more often now. So to begin with, just for today, do not be angry is one of the first principles. And it's amazing, isn't it? Like even to think, let that sink into your body, let that sink into your mind, and think about just for today, do not be angry. And allow that peace and calmness to flow in. And it's just like, the ice, it's melting away. Everything is fixable because when anger is there, it's like such a tightness. Everything is so holding up. Your muscles, everything are being strained. But when you say, just for today, do not worry or do not be angry, you're just, it's like you're letting it loose. Your muscles are relaxing. Your whole body is not tensed up anymore. You're loosening it up and you're allowing your body to be in a natural state. Isn't it amazing? So here with me, just close your eyes as long as you're not driving, and close your eyes, open up your fist and think about you are squeezing a lime, or let's say lemon, because it can go in a palmful. So imagine holding up a lemon in your palms and try to hold tighter and tighter so you can smell the lemon and the grind, the little juices coming out of the skin of the lemon. Just get tighter and tighter and tighter to the extent that the lemon is just breaking and the juice is coming. And now release, release. How does your muscles feel? Has anyone tried with me? How does your muscles feel? My muscles are aching. Here it's like, and that is what we generally hold on to, something that wasn't even valuable and we are being angry at it. One of the reasons we are angry is our voice hasn't been heard. We weren't received in the way we were meant to, or we are longing for. And that is where we hold that rage and anger within ourselves. And we were trying to explain things to the wrong crowd, or for the crowd that doesn't even understand. It's like thinking about, like, you're going to a different country, talking to someone in a totally different language, and you're so thirsty. And here, at least by the expressions, you can convince them you want some water. But here, when you convinced your family members, your friends who don't get you, they don't want to understand you. And here we were building up all that anger and rage within ourselves. And now what that lead to is your throat chakra gets affected on your physical level. Your joints get affected because you're not able to move forward in your life. It's like you're holding that whole energy of the anger, stuckness, the tightness, and you're not able to step forward. And arthritis is one of the common things now most of them are having. When I was diagnosed at 29, arthritis, I was just like in denial. Why me at that age? And I didn't understand until I discovered Reiki and then Louise Hay books, where it clearly said it's the anger. And then I tried to deny, I'm not an angry person. I don't see where this is coming from. But then over the time, I realized it's about like how I wasn't being heard, how I was trying to explain who I was all along, and it's not the right thing. Now that I have my soul tribe, I have the right words to speak up. There is no space for arthritis anymore, and there is no space for that anger or emotion to hold up. But doesn't mean that I won't be upset. I won't be having a moment of myself where I would be loving to scream out. Yes, I do have it, but it's very minimal and it just releases so quickly. One of the best things I heard from Louise Hay tapes is scream holding your pillow or going to the forest or the park, like where you don't see many people, scream out loud. You're just releasing it. So here with the anger, what generally happens is when you communicate to people, the words weren't right and you're being misunderstood even more because the tone is so different. If you hear someone being angry and communicating, actually you don't hear each other, right? You can hear, you can see that from your own upbringing or in your own home. Like, how many times were you heard with the same tone? No. And afterwards we feel like, why did I say that? Like, no, I didn't mean to. Like, this is so bad. And another vicious circle of life comes in, like, I wish I never spoke out. But here, when you release it, it's so amazing. And then afterwards, you'll feel, now the right energy is coming in, and I'm able to communicate what's relevant here. So that is one of the things. Try, build it up. Now that you're aware of it, release by screaming, writing it down, or just having that outburst of the emotion, and then slowly form the words that you want to communicate to your loved ones. Definitely, you don't want to hurt. It's not on a purpose you're doing it, but you weren't, I wasn't told any other way, like, because that's what I saw in the home. I started doing like screaming, but then I realized after the time, no, it's not a healthy one. It's not a healthy habit. Yeah. Or some people do go silent treatment, which is like they don't talk. They don't want to get into that difficulty of expressing themselves. And a lot of people do have that, again, throat chakra being closed up, not able to express, like, why bother, like, I'm not going to be understood, so why bother make an effort even. So that is again a shift that comes in. Yeah. A couple of tips you can do is, when you want to express, ask I bring in angels here, ask Archangel Michael to help you with communicating, giving you the right words, and allow that speech to come out through you. And also, turquoise crystal is amazing to use with your throat chakra, which is blue in color, and to express yourself. And yes, when you are in that emotion, I have learned to pause myself, walk out of the room, and get some water and back in the room. Not to walk out from the scenario, not resolving, but taking some time and then coming back with a different mindset, calming myself, and then having that conversations. Yeah. And that definitely helps. The water helps you to hydrate not only, but also calms you down. You're getting more into your body, and then you're speaking with clarity. Again, counting to the numbers, like, 20 to 1, or alphabets A, B, C, D, like, or the opposites as well. Z, I can't say the reverse order of the alphabets. So again, that takes your attention something else, and you get more clarity of what is the best way to communicate and speak up for yourself. Yeah, definitely those would definitely help. And if anyone feels that your health is being affected doing these things over the time, like, in a couple of months of practicing it, you will notice your joints are more loosening up, your throat chakra is getting better, and also you're not carrying so much of hurt within you. And that is, you're lightening up yourself. Like, generally when we lighten up, our shoulders get lighter, and you feel like, oh, I can sleep better, there is nothing heaviness I'm carrying in. Yeah. Do you guys resonate with this? Yes. And as a child, or any child, the way they learn is what they see in the environment. So definitely it's not you, it's the environment that we were seeing and we were noticing it. I grew up in the times where the teachers used to yell at us or have a stick and beat us up, like, if we didn't score well or we weren't good at our education, like, there were the times. But now things are changing, at least in some parts of the world, where the kids are raising the voices, the parents are backing you up and not letting that happen to your own children, right? So it's a different times. And up here, some situations, at least, like, the voice is being heard. So it's all about, like, what am I gaining, what is my perspective and what is the solution I'm looking for is that brainstorm and the clarity of thoughts do come in here. Yeah. And that's the most important thing. When we just say to ourselves, just for today, do not be angry. Now, a lot of people, when I say this, they say like, hey, you're, it's like, how we are affirming, you're saying, just for today, do not be angry, but you're bringing the word angry into the sentence. If it's not resonating, you can just say, just for today, let me be in peace and calmness. So you're only inviting the softer, nicer words into your life. Perfectly works again very well, right? It's all about the vocabulary that we use and the intention we put onto it as well. Yeah. So definitely try that and see. I do these calligraphy things and put it up on the wall. So it's really, it reminds you not only having the sticky notes, but also something decal or some posters up on that. And that constantly reminds you, hey, let me try practicing this and see the change. Yeah, we need the support. We need the reminders from time to time about like how we can change our thoughts. So that is the so important thing. And anger is such an emotion. It's about the past. Anger is coming from the past that has happened or about to happen, or you have witnessed or been in the drama of it. And now into the past, definitely one can't go and change anything, right? And we are stuck or caged into that past. But our life is right now in the present moment, and only then we can move forward or see any shift. So what's the point in thinking about like, what is in the past? How can I change? No. What can I do right today to bring a better side of me into the future? That's the most important thing, to be witnessing, to be working on ourselves. Yeah. How do we get other people in our company to try this? It's more about like once we try this, Christina, when we are practicing it, people around us change. And definitely that's something that I have seen with my own family members, with my friends as well. The more that I'm showing up and doing this, they are seeing the change and they are trusting they can do the change in their own self. I used to talk about it, ask them to change, nothing worked. Because by saying that, you're not showing any proofs, right? But by doing it, your work, they are seeing that magic and they want to adapt to it. Even with the Reiki, like, I used to have like this big mouth and talk about all the time saying everyone to convert into Reiki. But then I didn't get why people were not doing this. Such a beautiful technique. Why are people not learning it? I didn't get it until one moment a click happened that when my friend was talking to me about Reiki, I didn't get it until life took over, instances happened, and it came at the right time. Only then I took on that change, and that inspired me to practice it. Again, that is something one has to wait for, right? It's not about preaching without practicing. So I started totally working on it, and now I don't need to tell about it. I'm a living proof of it. And now so many friends who made fun of me are practicing Reiki, which I'm so delighted to. And now they are part of my soul tribe as well, And so as I made fun of my friend too in the past, until I learned Reiki. So I know the value of it. And I say, like, it's not for me right now. I don't know. When the right timing comes, something will be there that I'll be understanding. It's like we read a book, and when you reread a book again, you will be, oh, how did I miss the plot? Or how did I miss that valuable information? But only when we were rereading, we were reading from a different perspective, and we were gathering more information there. Yeah. And that's the most important thing, and here it's not about like even anger, not to avoid it, but to give energy to the right things. It's a mirror reflection. If I'm carrying angry, I'll be meeting all the people who have the same energy as well. But if I'm carrying peace, I'm going to repulse that energy and help them to change or reverse their own energies as well. So it's the same law of attraction, like, what's within us is going to be around us as well. Yeah. So where do we begin? Start by even repeating that just for today, do not be angry. And then we are releasing the past and coming in fully to the present. Yes, it does take time, but somewhere you're start doing the work. That's the most important thing. Like, yes, without the work, we'll be where we are. But once we give it a try, we are seeing ourselves to be changing and to be who we need to be or who we want to be as well. Yeah, that's the best part of it. Like, and yes, from time to time, as I said, like, things get triggered, things get shifted, but they won't be sitting with your system for too long because you have been cleansing. Um, and it's anger is that kind of like a coal that's burning within you, like, it's like causing you heartburn, health issues, sleepless nights, and whatever has happened in the past. People have moved on, situations have changed, but we are only the carriers. Isn't it like with Nelson Mandela as well, being in prison for so long? When he came out, he didn't have any grudge. Like, it's amazing how can someone not be upset about it? But he sat and he wrote books. He just went into his own soul, searching for himself. Yeah. So that is again one side of it you can take, or other side is come out and become totally who they wanted to make you to be. So the total is about like us, how we want to take our lives forward and what brings us the joy. Being in angry, there is no joy. It's like a totally darkness or like a cloud over us, isn't it? That we don't even see. And now with so much happening outside world as well, with the whole anger, rage and everything coming out of the pandemic, people are having opinions, which is great, like, but again, there is no open platform. Not many people are listening to both sides of the coins. Like, yeah, anything, debate or anything that can happen should be healthy, where you are being heard and being respected for your values. I always like to see, like, all right, someone is saying opposite to what I'm saying, but I'm interest to know what made them think the other side was better that I'm not seeing. So think about as a learning opportunity. Maybe you were blinded, you weren't allowed to see the other side. Yeah. Now, when you get an opportunity to have that interaction with the other person, get to see as a learning opportunity and change and shift. Definitely over the time, it gets easier, and more we practice, the more we tune into ourselves, we just clear shift the energies around us. Yeah. Are you all with me on that? Are you going to try? Definitely some breathing will help, breathing exercises, some water will help, and also slight walk out of the situation definitely will help as well to shift in. And journal writing is amazing. I am writing so much some days, like, when I have those discomfort emotions coming up, I write honestly in the book. When I can't express, I don't have the words to express it out to people. I I write in the book, this is what exactly I'm feeling right now at this moment of time. I know it is wrong to feel this way or feeling so hurt. I know they didn't mean to upset me, but this is what I'm feeling, and I'm being honest with myself at that moment of time. And now, when I read sometimes my old journals, it sounds so silly. Did I really think? Did they mean even? Or was it a situation they were in their life that was causing them to say something to us? Maybe not to us, we just happen to be there at that moment of time, like, and that is it. Like, yeah, say think about, like, you're getting prank calls for 10 times, and the 11th call you pick up, you think it's a prank call as well, and you start screaming, but it happens to be your most favorite person in the world, and then you say, oh my god, I'm so sorry about it, right? So that is again the energies that we are playing with. So think about, I wonder what's happening in their life to be showing that on you. They have never behaved this way, but I wonder what's happening. That way, you're exploring and knowing them from a different realm and not taking it personal for yourself. Yeah. The next one is just for today, do not worry. So we thought about like the talking about the anger is a past emotion, worry is a future emotion. And hands up, worry all the time. I used to a lot. Now I know I do, to be totally honest, but very tiny percentage of it. Yeah. Anytime a worry comes in, I only ask myself, what am I going to do about it? What can I do about it? And that gives me a solution or no solution. And then, okay, let me park it beside. Come to the situation, but it has taken a long repeated conversations with myself, saying that, like, I have seen my household full of worries, watching the televisions, like, being in that vicious circle and everything. And if you watch news all the time, you do know, I mean, like, the voice they use, the manipulative words they use is just the fear based, right? Worry is such a fear based energy of it. But when you take that out, there is so much joy, so much fun. There is so much of a love around that we don't even see that. I mean, like, think about, like, when you go onto the news, 90% is all the sad news in a headlines. Only 10% is somewhere deep down. You need to search for some fun things, right? But in 80s and 90s, they were half and half, or even more were fun, exciting things that you used to look forward to reading in the newspaper. But now it's more manipulated words and everything. And you might have your own sources. I'm not saying every news is bad. You definitely need to know what's happening around the world and to bring yourself together. But think about, as long as you have a boundary with your news, with your worries, with your feeds that you're getting in, that is the most important thing. Yeah. As long as you have a boundary, you know when to say, stop, this is enough. I don't want to get in there anymore. I want my peace. And that is something so important to be listening to. Yeah. So having a boundary is so important. If there is a person around you who is constantly worrying and calling you, talking to you about only the negative things, give a break from the person. Give a break from the person. It's not a bad thing. It's not a selfish thing. You deserve that because there is so much that you believe in. You need to pay respect to yourself for holding your truth and working on yourself. And then they can be shifted as well. Like, you don't need to entertain all this. You definitely don't need to, because worry is not only the life. You have so much else. You need to connect to your life purpose. When we connect to our life purpose, you find the joy, you find excitement every single day. You tune up and you want to be alive, do so much back. And worry is such a negative energy that sucks and that just brings us down. And worry is that energy where generally people have noticed it silently, where people do get sick often, their immune system is low. Generally, they are surrounded by worrisome, like, and that is how the energies interfere. Even it could be the children, it could be the adults, anyone, and children, very young ages. Anxiety and worries are coming up. They are understanding those energies and they are feeling helpless about it. Yeah. But what is that they can do about it? Bringing the attention back into the present moment. How do you bring it back? By focusing on your breath, on focusing on what exactly am I doing right now? And that is the most important thing here. And where is your worry? Say, for example, my worry is for in 2 weeks' time or in a week's time, the schools are opening up. I'm worried about it. But what can I do about it? I have read through all the precautions I need to do. I have prepared my children for it. Is there anything I can do about it? Not with the resources. I have done so much. Something comes up, I'm going to take an action. But rather than worrying every single day, and it's like you're manifesting something negative to happen in your life, we can make a plan of action and work towards and shift that worrying energy. That's so important to be there. Yeah. Yeah, and look into where your worry portals are there as well. And tell me something resonating with you. How are you guys with your worries? See, Sapa. Just wanted to hear some wise words of yours before going to bed. It's 1 a.m. here in Finland. Sending you love will come back a bit better time. You're inspiring. Thank you for that, Reiki, a few days ago. Thank you, Maria. I'm so glad you benefited. Elena, I'm a very peaceful person, but people from my family are very obstinate, always accepting their mistakes. I repeat mantras silently and they change their attitude, but it's not easy. Elena, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Well done to you for doing the work for your family too. With our soul contracts we made with these amazing family members. Yes, sometimes it is us doing the work for them as well, but not only you are shining your light, you are allowing over time to shine their lights as well. Yeah, that is the, again, important part of you in that dynamics of that family that you're being there. And I love that repeating mantras like inside your head, like, at least you're holding up your sanity. That's the most important thing. I'm so glad that you're discussing this. I think the world needs your wisdom. Thank you so much. I'm glad like it's resonating with you guys. And these are the important things. I think too, when I heard these principles to what I'm practicing now, there has been a lot of insights, a lot of things, the puzzles have been revealed, and also it's everyday learning as well, like checking with ourselves. When we start checking with ourselves, so much deep insights do come up, yeah, which is wonderful, wonderful. Hey Nicole, welcome here. She's another wonderful Insighttimer teacher here, guys. She does Reiki healing as well. Do check her out. Helena, beautiful Srimanju, namaste and good night. Take care. Oh, not you. Oh, it was Maria, right, from Finland. Sorry, Elena. So worry is, again, you can't change other people's thoughts, but you can only do for yourself. Yeah. When we moved here, it was a big shift. After 18 years being in a country, definitely there was some energies that I was bringing in, unusual, like worried about how the kids are going to adapt to the school and everything, but constantly kept checking with myself. What does my gut feel about it? How do I'm reacting to it? Like, the more I say I'm worried about this, I'm sure everyone in the family member will be picking that energies and they will be worrying for something that's not even going to happen. The future we haven't seen. So definitely it's not something that is defined in a fine line. I'm an Akashic Records reader, and future is so changing, the way we change as well, like, and from that portal when I see, so why am I even worrying and causing something that's not even there in the description? And why not I change myself to bring in more joy in my life? Definitely, it's like you can do some detours in your life and bring more of fun activities. Yeah. When I'm in that energy portals, I try to write, definitely, go into the nature, meditate, breathe, and I love holding my big chunk of rose quartz crystal that helps me, my heart, to be more stable. Especially, like, if someone says like someone is in a hospital, like, it's so like painful to watch them go through what they're going through. All I can do is turn it around into positive healing and a prayer, rather than, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, what's going to happen? Even saying that, it's so different, right? And anytime that comes in, immediately shift, think about, what can I do now? What is the best I could do now? Don't ignore it, acknowledge and work with that thread of energy that you have. And again, it's one of the dark clouds. You can just let it pass away and bring more of a blue sky as well. Definitely, that is where we see love and light thing. Like, you have the light, you have the darkness as well. Unless you have been there, you wouldn't understand what a joyful moment is as well, right? And yeah, let's not think about changing the world, changing our family members. Let's just think about, how do I change myself and how do I shine my light brighter? And by that, you are just acknowledging your presence, your light presence, and bringing in lots of love as well. Yeah. And so just for today, I release thoughts of worry. Just for today, I release the thoughts of worry. Isn't it amazing? And you're just focusing only for today, not for the whole life, not for the whole week even. Tomorrow, if you forget it, anytime you see that on the post-it or on your wall, remember to bring it back. That's it. Like, and recheck, restart the progress of it. Yeah. And that's where you'll be seeing like your future is like you're really looking at life from a magical perspective, and you're seeing life as it's unfolding rather than you writing it down and saying this is what it is like. And if not, we wouldn't have survived like the whole pandemic or even going through that uh worrying like, yeah, what happened like in 2019, all the plans we had for 2020 and 2021 as well, like, nothing has happened, or mostly nothing has happened, but yet we survived, like, yes, to where we are now. We are so grateful, we are so thankful. Things do shift when you are not worrying. You are more mobile to move to whatever life is throwing at you. Definitely dance, tai chi, yoga, flexibility are amazing tools within Inside Out. You're not holding up those worry portals. Yeah. And you'll take life from a beautiful, beautiful sense of compassion, kindness, everything to give back as well. One of the best things about the next one is just for today's show, gratitude. Gratitude has changed my life in a big, big shift way. I have said this a couple of times before. If anyone has been onto those live ones where I talked about, I was going through the painful times, 2008 and 2009 and 2010. And yeah, having two young children, having arthritis wasn't easy with no help, no support. And I used to cry, I used to moan, I used to only think about the pains, how I was not good for the family, not able to do anything, so depressed about it. And one day my husband said something, the honest truth, that really irritated me at the time. I was so mad at him at the time, but the best gifts he ever gave to me is, are you not even recognizing you're alive, you're breathing, you're seeing your children? In that moment, I was so crying for saying that, but deep down, I know he said the truth. And that changed for me everything. Like, yeah, so I started doing all right, okay, I agree. I'm alive, like I'm breathing even with the pains, that's okay. So I started saying, I'm so grateful for breathing. I'm so grateful for putting my feet on the floor. I'm so grateful I'm alive today to see these beautiful babies around me. And that slowly brought my attention to the secret, the gratitude journal and everything. And that shifted from my health to be that part, to be where I am now. Done a couple of marathons, Camino walk, and everything. Life has been such a totally different side. And now I am truly saying I'm so thankful for that phase of my life, even with those pains, even with those dark moments of the soul phase, because without those, I wouldn't be who I am today. And that is where the gratitude comes in totally. At that time, maybe I didn't fully understand. I was just doing, just from like doing perspective. But over the time, I started feeling in my body, being grateful for. And now we do this ritual, like, all the four of us, like when we wake up with a fresh thought of like, hey, today is a new day. Today is a beautiful day. And in the night, we don't do any prayers or any like those things, religious things. But what we do is a gratitude. Like, I'm so grateful for these three things that happen in my day. And thank you, angels. Thank you, God, for keeping us all safe. And then Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. And that's how we end our night. So no matter what has happened throughout the day, not every day is a fluffy and a good day, definitely. There could be rough days as well. But like, the way you end your night is like, you go with a peaceful state, you sleep. When you wake up, you are coming back with a fresh energies rather than a rough night energies. Yeah. Rosemary, I used to be so happy. I've been going through a hard time in my life. So crazy. It's an up and down thing. Ah, Rosemary, that's a very good notice. What you're saying is like up and down. Think about, like, when you are down, the only way is to go up. And that's the best thing, like, and when you're up, bring in everything that you can at that moment, and then you are able to hold that up status for a longer time rather than like a couple of days, but to a couple of weeks as well. And when you're down, you're not totally down, but you're having a hardness to bring yourself back again. Yes, sometimes life throws many things at us. It becomes so hard, difficult, struggles, but it's about like, what am I learning from this situation? What is this situation teaching me? You feel it in your solar plexus. Open your solar plexus chakra and allow that growth to come in, and it helps you to see the life from a different perspective. Yeah, from like 2009, I had a few more traumatic events, but definitely with energy work, all these principles, I haven't been in the down for too long, is what I can guarantee. What I can guarantee for each one of you, if you have been practicing this work, is you will be back up again soon with much more strength around you. When you go down, you're having a slide down, but when you're coming, you're gathering some more strength that you haven't discovered unless you were sliding down. And that is again like another toolkit in your toolbox. Like, I never ever thought I could even be talking or doing energy work, like, nothing, like, but with those deep moments, I started learning more and more, connecting with everyone around as well. Sending you so much love, Rosemary, for you to find your path, to find your joy, find your own light that you can hold up to be longer in those non-crazy times. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, gratitude is again that helps us, like, even things that we are not happy about, we got something. Some people do say, I'm not happy with my work. I'm not happy with the job. Every day is such a chaos. Every day is such a painful thing to go into the work. And when I ask them, like, what exactly, which part of the life you're not happy about in the work? And then they say, oh, is it the manager? Is it the work? Is it the timing? Is it the pay? And they say like one or the other aspect, not everything. And I allow them to see it's only one aspect, but there are four other things that you can really be grateful about your work. And have we forgotten in the cast of one thing that wasn't good enough? And by that, you're expanding that portals or thoughts that you haven't recognized yourself, that they were actually good in your life. The pay was good, the working hours was good, the project that you're working is not so good, but your colleagues are great, you have a healthy environment. So it's only the project, like, right? But we have forgotten to acknowledge and give good energies to the rest of the four. And now, when you cultivate this gratitude habit, those four are going to grow and allow this project to shift. Miracles do happen. Someone else will taking over the project. You get a new project which will give you much more potential to express yourself, like, do the best of your work and also what your skill sets are with, but only when you start recognizing the other gifts that you were holding on to. So here, like, with one thing that is you're not happy about, don't say my life sucks or my life is not doing great or I don't have a healthy relationships. And now healthy relationships, when someone says, like, in Akashic readings, hey, can you see, like, why I'm having difficulty in all the relationships? And I have to really ask them, what do you mean by all the relationships? Do you mean by partner, children, parents, or who it is? And then they think about, oh, actually it is, I'm having a difficulty with my child. It's only one, not everyone around you, right? So why are we even including everyone's energies and not seeing the gift that you have so beautiful souls? So we do forget. because that is how we're hearing the vocabulary of the words all these years, and we were using it. Now, time to change those words, time to see those things and show more gratitude and respect to the life that we are actually so blessed with. I mean, like, really think about, like, the times that you're in. I'm so grateful for, since last year, I've ever been like so grateful for the technology, like, to keep us connected. Like, yes, there are so side effects of the technology, but using it healthily, so good things about it, and that's a so important thing. Yeah, to be remembering, to be working towards it. Yeah, recognize, yes, there is a tear in a shirt you're wearing, but doesn't mean the whole shirt is torn. And shift that energy and bring more thank you energies. And keep repeating, keep saying that for everything, and feel it from your heart. The first thing in the morning is the best thing, because you're not in, before even you pick up your phone. First thing in the morning is such a pure space. You have no thoughts there. And when you say thank you, you're seeing the day from a different perspective. Try it tomorrow morning. Just give it a try tomorrow morning and see. Tonight, try by saying 3 things that you're really grateful for about, and that will bring in as well. Yeah. So again, gratitude for every part of your life, like, from the health, from the job, from the money, finances, from networking, from your friends, fam, everything, showing a gratitude, like the food, anything that you have right now, showing that even though it might look silly, but that's the best thing, yeah, to see. And think about, what else have we been doing that's not working out? Like, why not give it a try with something new? And that's the reason, in generally with my lives, I keep asking, like, what are you grateful for at this moment of time? The first question, like, and that helps each one of us to practice it, even me, at that moment of time. Yeah. And when I say, when is your last happy memory, people go back to 20 years ago, what has happened, rather than what happened right within last 10 minutes. Like, what were you so happy about just an hour ago or less than an hour ago? We are not acknowledging, because we are not being in the present moment, we are forgetting it. But when you practice mindfulness, we are anchoring, we are totally observing. An hour ago, I was having my lunch with my family, and that's the most important part of our day, that we combine together, no matter what we are doing separately throughout the day. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner is our times together with no gadgets around. Yeah. Again, being very grateful for that. And rather than saying, oh, we don't talk much, we don't have time for each other. No, make the most with what you have, even 10 minutes. This is one of the best tips I read in one of the parenting books. Is I used to feel so guilty sending my kids to the crash, me working and getting them only like for an hour or two in the evening, and then like bedtimes and everything. In the parenting book I read, no matter a mother or a father is there the whole day with the children, just being with a child for 15 minutes is the best undivided attention you can give. That's the best part of the kid's life. If you have a child, try it out. The kid will remember only that 10 minutes that you spent, rather than like the whole day you spend with them. I have tried that many times, and even now I try, even though my girls are like 14 and 12. If I give them 15 minutes of undivided attention, we do something together, they would go and think about, like in their journal, they write in the night, like, oh, that was the best time. Even though I'm with them the whole day, it doesn't matter. That 15 minutes is what it gathers, and that holds us, anchors us together in the dynamic of a family. So don't ever think about being guilty, and think about, how am I spending a good quality of time? The presence is so important. Yeah. And being like, gratitude is of all the blessings that we have, and from the heart center opening up, that's the most important thing. Anyone find that very hard to find a gratitude that you can be at this moment of time? As you're listening, is there some things coming up in your mind that you're feeling grateful about? So these are all the thought processes that shifts and triggers us, getting into the soft zone or discomfort and releasing as well. And yes, that's the shift again you're going through. So the next one is earn your living honestly. Just for today, earn your living honestly. So this is very interesting one because it has the two sides to it that I always see. One is like, if you're working for a business or for an employer or something, being honest to that place. That's one of the most important thing. Are you really turning up and being honest to the place that you're in? You do see a lot of people forging the stuff or passing on the details to others, like, with the tenders, all these things, like, but when there is no honesty, there is no good karma that you're going to bring back to yourself. So make a promise to be honest to whatever you're doing. That's one side of the story. The other thing is, are you truly honestly doing the work? It's like, you have a passion for a jewelry making, but then you're turning up to the solicitor's office and being an advocate or a lawyer or whatever it is you're doing as your day job. Like, it's like bring one more day of my day job rather than doing what you're totally passionate about, your jewelry making. Now, that is a situation that most of us will be, are, or will be as well. I have been to a networking event recently, women's networking event. There were around 40 women, and everyone was talking about day job, night job, which is passionate one. And so, like, some have quit, some have taken on their day job to be their passionate one. Some are still trying to think about, like, what is good. I have been there. So I do totally get it. Like, for the finance, for the safety, security, we do need that. But when you are in that place, give yourself the best as well. Look up, what am I learning here, how I can be useful for this place, because it's giving me my financial safety, security as well. And am I doing this honestly? Am I being honest to myself as well? So those are the important things that you need to be checking in with yourself. So you bring your passion into the limelight from a good heart and from a good place as well. Yeah. Rather than like feeling deprived, or I can't do this, such a hard thing, I won't make money. These fears will be lingering around. But when you're honestly doing, you will build a trust in yourself and you will give that back. Yeah. So change and shift that. And again, just turn up to your work every single day and say, just for today, I'm being honest, like, I'm earning my living with honesty. And that whatever you're consuming, the energy is good as well. Yeah, that is the most important thing. I totally believe, like, we consume energies by our food as well. Whatever you put in the food, not only the spices, but also the energy that goes into. So I'm the only person who does the cooking in the house. And when I'm totally tired, I used to cook with that tired energy, and, or like, oh, it's only me, like, let's put together something and do some dish. And then I realized, like, oh, I'm feeding my family with the tired energies, or the energies that I'm bringing in from my mind through my hands into the cooking. And so I started doing is like doing Reiki to my food after it's done and serving it. And later on, I started now like, okay, I have no choice. I'm going to cook, but let me cook with love. Let me cook with love. And I started feeding it, and big shift, like, even though it's not a joy all the time for me, to be honest, but in that moment, what I can do is I can shift it into love, and family consumes with love, and we get love back. And that is the most important. Try it out, guys. It's amazing. And this is where, again, like, you would notice if you're getting your takeaways or going to the restaurant, the common places, you would notice one time the food is amazing, the other time you notice the food wasn't great. Like, think about the chefs, they are going through their own issues. So they are feeding you with their energies as well. So how about we break the chain, and when you hold that food in the restaurant, just think about, this is with love. I'm consuming with love. That's it. And so as it goes into your body with love as well, and it doesn't have any issues or any health concerns after consuming such a food, yeah, do try it out. So did you guys ever notice that, yeah, when you were at a takeaway or a restaurant, the food keeps changing? And the last one, just for today, you notice it with your cooking. That's great. Yeah. And now the other thing that has shifted is now I do get a lot of help. I do get a lot of help. So, which I'm grateful for. It took time, but I do get help. Yeah. To where I have started to where I am now. So, which is amazing how we can change and receive that help as well. So, definitely that energies do work. And the last thing is just for today, honor your parents, teachers, and elders. One of the biggest, one of the hardest one as well. I get it from the soul contract. We chose our family, we chose our circumstances, we chose the way we are going to be here with the contracts. And when we come here in the realm, we do forget and we say, why did I pick these people? Why am I the black sheep in the house? Like, what's wrong with me? And how do I change? These are the things that we grew up with. I don't know if you guys resonate with it. Like, now the black sheep terminology I'm changing into, oh, we are the white shapes, because more of our soul tribes is coming up and we are doing what exactly we are meant to do, like, shining and showing up more often as well. But going back to is like, thinking about, if we don't honor, we are having a rage, we are having unforgiveness towards the people, what they have done, the situations that have come up in our lives. Who is benefiting from it? Nobody. Nobody. Because it's not the same elders anymore that we have when damage has happened when we were 5, let's say, or in schooling years. We are not living with our teachers anymore. Many situations we are not living with our parents anymore as well. So who is controlling us? That one experience or the thoughts that led from that one experience? What you can do, what I have done is, only if it resonates with you, thank you for being there as part of your soul contract. I understand this relationship, or I'm trying to understand this relationship. Thank you. And you can ask to free yourself up from that, but you're paying your respect because it's our contract and we are who we are with those lessons as well. Again, without those people saying any words, any situations, we wouldn't have been into this soul searching without it. Yeah. Now, a lot of children at 18, they are shifting to what they want to do with your career that is more purposeful, which didn't happen in our times. Like, we were always told what we should do, but then we gained so much strength of listening to it and knowing what we don't like at this moment of time. So, in a way, being grateful for that, and without our parents, we wouldn't have been here, definitely. And showing that gratitude, showing that honor back through your mind, through your heart. Again, if you're not talking to them, if they're not on the earthly realms, let's not even begin there. Like, just saying it from your heart, that's the most important thing. You are connected. We are all connected. Have you ever heard about telepathy? It's like you think about someone and they hear it, they feel the message. Some spooky times, you will get a message from that good old friend, or they show up right in front of your door as well. That is telepathy. If that is working, this works as well. You hold good thoughts for them, you will get that infinite times the good thoughts back to you as well, deep down. But without that overcast of who they had to behave, we wouldn't have been learning our soul lessons. Then life would have been only at this angle, no down or up, right? So what is the fun and joy every single day, knowing like, what it is happening? If you watch Groundhog Day, that is exactly right. Absolutely nothing changed. Every single day is the same thing, like, so here paying our respects back. That's the most important thing. Again, take it easy, take it slow, because it brings up a lot of grief or trauma as well, and it takes time to work with it, but something to think about, something to tap into and work deeply as well. The one I always tell is about my teachers. Like, I'm still in touch with all my school teachers, except a couple of them who are not on the realm. Then I realized, like, two of my teachers, the music and the dance teachers, they said I wasn't good enough and I wasn't doing good. And rather than teaching me how to better do it, they just had shown no interest with few of the students. I don't know how many of my friends still remember that, or if it affects me. It did affect me for a long time on my skills of like trying to dance in the crowd or trying to even sing at home, like, even humming up. I still don't do it. I'm not comfortable with it. But they're not here anymore, but they're still, the thoughts of it are still with me. I'm carrying in. So I turned and shifted, saying, thank you, and setting free and finding my own peace. But whereas one art teacher said, you were fantastic, you're very good at it, keep continue. Until today, I still continue my artwork. So it's all about, also, it taught me how to use the words wisely, how it can affect someone's life for a long time. And so when I speak to someone, I try to pick up only the high vibe, loving words, not to damage by saying something that will leave a mark on them. And again, that is a lesson I learned out of them. So I totally pay the respect to it. Yeah. So try to see through. It's only when you sit with the situations, you'll be able to see and hear and listen as well to what the wisdom is coming and how they are reacting with us. So those are the five Reiki principles that we learn and we practice in our lives as a spiritual principles. Again, as I said, they're not new. So there's something that we know, but coming back with a different note and practicing them changes our life to a better side. How did you find those, guys? And let me know which is your favorite one that you'll be practicing it. Just for today, do not worry. Just for today, do not be angry. Just for today, show gratitude. Just for today, you're living honestly. And just for today, respect your elders, parents. Which is your favorite one? Let's open up for some conversations. Gratitude. Yes, it comes in the last or the middle, but that's my favorite one. I started that as the first one. Gratitude and anger. Yes, just for thinking, even just for today. Gratitude. Yay. Very simple. 3 things. Feel them. Just rather than saying, hey, I'm grateful for all the books I have. But like even saying a bit deeper, saying I'm grateful for these books, the knowledge that I'm getting out of it, and that I can shift my life as a result of it. So that is a good one, like, but to go deeply. Honesty is a good one too. Yes, yes. And a lot of us, I didn't, when I was working between my day job and my passionate work, I wasn't seeing the life the same way. I was so ready to quit the job anytime, building my business. But then one day it shifted, saying these mantras like, actually, work is good. I'm enjoying it. It has given me the flexibility. It's a great team. I love it. Why should I even quit when it's not a need? Why am I so like feeling restless about it? That shifted. And I said to the universe, whenever you think I'm ready for it, you will end my contract. And that's it. And that gave me so much of a peace. I enjoyed my totally day job so much as well. Yeah, being again truthful or honest to yourself is so important, not to anyone else, but to yourself. If you enjoyed this talk, guys, you can follow me by clicking on my name there at the live button. And you can see some of these talks are up there on the tracks and some meditations as well. You can follow, comment what you think about it. And definitely, there is a circle that you're most welcome to join, which is Experience Healing with Srimanju, where you're most welcome to open up for conversations and or personal message me. And most welcome with your donations that will help me. And also with the Insighttimer energy exchange is a wonderful feel of that gratitude again. And thank you guys so much for being here. And I so appreciate you being showing up, doing the work for us all. That's so important. Yeah. I hope something has clicked and you're going to use it. I love to hear what it is. Thank you, Cynthia, for your donation. So grateful for that. Danielle, great talk. Thanks. Grateful to you. Grateful to you, Danielle, for being here and giving your time. Thank you, Abdul. Thanks for your time too. Without you guys, it's not the same energy. It's not the same thing, right? Each one of us makes an impact, makes a change. Anything that resonates with your current life. Grateful for your knowledge. Thank you. It's all coming from what we see life closely with the different angles. I mean, like if all was well after my second pregnancy, I wouldn't have been doing this work at all. I don't see what other situations would have come up in the life to do this work. So I say, like, thank you for coming up and letting me do this, which I absolutely love and has become part of the life as well. And the life lessons are the biggest ones with the experience you go through, isn't it? Yeah. No matter how many books we read, it's just that experience we have to go through. Yeah, I'm going to teach Reiki Workshop as well. You can check if you're interested on my bio. Yeah, with the Reiki attunement, with the Reiki principles and everything. So if anyone is drawn to that. Thank you guys. If there is no conversations there, thank you so much for being here and so grateful. Tomorrow we'll be having a live at 10:30 in the morning PST time with Archangel Raphael. We'll be doing a little talk and meditation to connect with Archangel Raphael, which is about the healing energy, healing on the physical realms and also emotions and every part of it. Yeah. So if you're going through any difficult times or let's say any health issues, most welcome to join because we'll be doing the meditation. Through the meditation, you'll be receiving the healing as well. So yeah. Thank you so much and have a lovely day, evening or night, wherever you are. And stay safe and take care. Namaste. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Thank you guys. Thank you, Rosemary. Thank you, Cynthia. Thank you.